What up, dude? What's up, everybody? It's Aaron Duncan here with the Necessary Blunt and Sports Talk. You guys already know, man. It's the channel where I might not tell you what you want to hear, but I'm definitely going to tell you what you need to hear. You know what I do on this channel, baby. I bring that heat. And this Wednesday, the first live stream of the season. If you know, I told y'all 2 weeks ago when I live stream, I wasn't going to live stream until it was game week. So if you know, if I'm here, you know what time it is. You know it's time for NFL. I can, I can smell the football in the air. I can smell the pigskin. I can smell the grass underneath my feet, in between my toes. I can already feel my vocal cords going crazy from me yelling. So you know it's football season coming up, man. So it is what it is, man. Y'all, I appreciate y'all joining your boy tonight. I know it's gonna be some couple of people joining in as we go. So make sure y'all hit the thumbs up button when you slide through. Drop a little emoji like this and say what up, though, when you come through, because you know that's how we get down, man. This is a necessary bluntness. Y'all know how we get down, man. But how y'all been, man? Rocket Man checking in saying go Panthers. What's up, Rocket Man? Make sure you get a video thumbs up, Brody. I appreciate you joining your boy tonight. I know it's a little bit later, man. It's 9:30. Some of y'all got bedtimes. I know. We got some pups that subscribe to the channel. All good, though. You know what I'm saying? I'm up late. I usually like to start around 8:30. I tell y'all that every week. 8:30 is the time that I try to start. I'm only gonna be before you briefly. I know that's what them pastors at church say. I'm not gonna be before you long. So whatever. You know, I'm just rambling on right now. Wait till people join into this thing, man. So what's up? What's going on, guys? I mean, it's been a long journey, man. Been a long journey. We're gonna talk about a lot of different things. We got Ezekiel Elliott on the agenda. We got Antonio Brown on the agenda. Him and his helmet and his fine. We're going to talk about Thursday Night Football, the game tomorrow, and we're going to talk about a little bit of the storylines going into week one tomorrow. You know, it's a lot of stuff, a lot of good matchups, a lot of juicy matchups. You know what I'm saying? It's that time of year, man. Like, everybody's hopes are high. Everybody's 0-0. That's the good thing about the NFL offseason. It's not the NBA. NBA teams, they tank. They know that their season is pretty much over when they walk into the season. The good thing about the NFL, which always will give the NFL a leg up versus the NBA for me, is that every year anybody can have a chance. Yeah, the Patriots are in the championship a lot of the times, but any given year can be any team's year. So I like what they're doing. A lot of people have done a lot of good work in the offseason and got better. So it's going to be great. It's going to be great, man, to see what everybody has, man. I'm anxious to see how good some of these teams actually are. There's one thing to be good on paper. There's another thing to actually put the work in, execute, have the right play calling, stay healthy, get things done, and get to that mountaintop of the Super Bowl. Super Bowl 54. I had to check my banner right here. This is an Atlanta banner from Super Bowl 53. I am in Atlanta. A lot of y'all got mad at me saying I was an Atlanta fan, but I'm not. This is memorabilia from the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? A lot of good teams. There's a lot of good contenders, man. We're going to run down that contender list just because it's too many of them right now. Everybody got high hopes. Let me go ahead and get my computer situated, you know what I'm saying, so I can see all the comments, you know what I'm saying. But like I said, I appreciate you guys sliding through. Make sure you get a video thumbs up. Man, we're going to keep this thing rolling because you already know what time it is, man. You know what time it is, man. It's that time of year. So let's get into these news. First things first, the big news from today, Ezekiel Elliott. The contract. You know what I'm saying? This guy's been holding out for a while. He's been in Cabo on vacation, working out, doing his stuff, dizzle. You know what I'm saying? So he was holding out. You know, there's been some back and forth in the media, obviously, between Jerry Jones and Ezekiel Elliott's camp. And there's been some jokes and some jabs thrown and through the media. But Ezekiel Elliott, like, it really just comes down to, there's a lesson in this, man. Like, you really got to know your worth. Like, even in football and in life, you really got to know your worth. You know what I'm saying? Because there's only a certain amount of things you can put up with after a while. Like, you got to know how valuable you are to whatever you're a part of and know your worth. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you know that they need you, you're the main cog, get your money, man. Like, Dak Prescott, they know Dak Prescott's nothing without Zeke. They've seen what they have. Zeke has been out enough, whether it's suspension or whatever. He's been out enough for us to know that what we're going to get from Dak Prescott. So, Zeke, you just got to know your worth. And he did that, and it paid off. He said that he wanted to be the highest paid running back in the NFL, and he got that. They tried to bring him a half butt offer of being the second highest paid running back behind Todd Gurley. He was like, nah, player, I need all that. I need all the coins. He ended up getting that 6-year, $90 million extension. 90 million, that's $15 million a year. That's wide receiver money. That's old wide receiver money now, excuse me. Because we know these receivers getting $20 million a season when it comes to Michael Thomas. And Julio's about to get his contract soon. He's probably gonna get around 20 also. So he's getting former receiver money. And Zeke, he's a big cog in the offense. We know they have to pay Dak. We know that they're gonna pay Amari eventually, but Amari's getting almost $14 million. He can wait, in my opinion, and you can probably franchise tag him. I would wait on Dak too, but honestly, you want to get the quarterbacks in now. But for what Dak's asking for, there's a difference between knowing your worth compared to what you are and how valuable you are to your team. It's something else. I said that, know your worth, but at the same time, I don't think Dak is as valuable out of the three triplets that they have. Dak is probably the least valuable. The thing people have some concerns about, should Zeke but start right away? I think you got to play it by ear. You monitor the workload. Obviously, you're playing the Giants. The Giants are garbage. You know what I'm saying? So you should, if you're as good as everybody in the media is hyping you up to be as Dallas, you might not have to play Zeke the whole time. You may have to get some carries to see where he's at. He's been in shape, but there's a difference between being in shape by yourself and being in game shape. You know what I'm saying? So Zeke, he's a kind of a heavier running back. He's a little round in the stomach every now and then. He keeps a heavier weight on him. So you want to see what his conditioning level is. He's only going to be practicing 3 days, so I'm not worried about the playbook. I'm worried about him being in certain condition. I'm worried about him getting some kind of soft tissue injuries that he may have from not doing a lot of work with the team. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes when you're not getting a chance to work out with the team and do a lot of game and practice action, you come back and that extra stress can be bad. You might pull a hamstring, you might pull a groin, you might strain a hip. Who knows why it might not? You might do. I don't know. Things can happen when you're not in game shape, and I'm not exactly sure where Zeke is at this point, but I would bring him on slow. Like I said, the Giants are trash, so you might not need to give him a heavy workload, especially if you believe so much in Tony Pollard, the backup running back like you guys been talking about. So I would play it by ear definitely if I was Zeke and see what you might not need him. Like I said, you might not need him because week 2 you have the Redskins too. They're garbage also. So, but you never notice the NFL. Anything can happen. So it is what it is. You got to just make sure you take everything in stride. But you guys make sure you get the video a thumbs up. Anybody that's come through, like I said, I appreciate y'all sliding through. You know what I'm saying, to the live stream this week. You know what I'm saying. Every Wednesday we go at it. We're gonna go at it hard. So let's go moving on to Antonio Brown. So my last live stream, I talked about Antonio Brown. I was really taking his side. You know what I'm saying? Because this guy, he's a head case. We know what he is. But he produces. Looking at Hard Knocks, he produces. So, you know that the Raiders needed some kind of excitement anyway. Nobody really cared about them. We know they're moving to Vegas next year, but they need some excitement before they move to Vegas. They got Gruden in the building, obviously. They got Mike Mayock. They got rid of Amari Cooper and Khalil Mack, and they were able to parlay that into a trade along some other pieces, obviously, for Antonio Brown. Yeah, he's a head case, but I think that them finding him is a way to probably try to keep him in check. You paid him his money. Now get some of that back, because if he's gonna miss practice, I can't condone missing practice. You know what I'm saying? This is your full-time job. I can't condone missing practice. I can condone holding out if you want to get money. I understand the helmet situation, because you may not feel safe, or you may not feel like you can actually see and operate the way you're supposed to. But I can't condone missing practices, bro. This is your job. You got to practice with the team. And we know that he had issues missing practice with the Steelers. So this issue is coming up again. And I think the Raiders knew that. So that's why they hit him with the quickness instead of suspending him or whatever, just to let him know, hey, bro, we know where to hit you where it hurts, your pockets. So we're going to hit your pockets and let you know, we're not playing no games, bro. You can be the guy you want to be. We know you're going to let your personality shine. But at the same time, we're talking about practice, man. Come to practice. You know what I'm saying? you gotta build up a repertoire. And training camp, you weren't really doing much because you had the foot injury. We know. I understand that. The frostbite, the callus on the bottom of your foot, it was ugly. I saw the pictures. You saw the pictures. Those feet were garbage. I thought I had bad feet. You know what I'm saying? I get my feet pedicured every now and then with my significant other. And when I go with her to the nail salon, some of the employees kind of crack jokes and laugh at my feet. I don't understand the language they're saying, but I know they're talking about my feet. But seeing Antonio Brown's feet made me feel a lot better about mine. Them feet were horrible. So I understand that he couldn't practice during training camp. I get that. So, but you need to be at regular practice now that you're almost 100% and get ready. Because you got a tough matchup coming up week 1. Don't these guys have the Saints on Monday Night Football on week 1? Like, I'm pretty sure the people are thinking the Saints are going to the Super Bowl. This is going to be a tough matchup. It's going to be a prime time. Everybody's going to be watching you guys. We saw you guys on Hard Knocks, so we're going to be paying attention to what you guys have. You need to be able to practice to build up that rhythm with Derek Carr. You're one of the best wide receivers in the league, but you still got to build up that chemistry with your new quarterback. So get to practice, bro. I can't condone missing practice. I'm on your team, bro. I've been defending you through thick and thin, even though people are calling you crazy and whatnot. So you just got to make sure that you just got to make sure you're there, man. Be a professional, get it done. You know what I'm saying? Oh, no, they're playing the Broncos, which is still a great defense. I'm sorry, not the Saints. They're playing a great defense. But so you need to make sure you're in practice. But AB, it is what it is. But moving on to the other part of AB, his helmet situation. According to his Instagram, he parlayed this helmet thing into whatever. So I guess Zenith. I've heard of Zenith. I actually used the Zenith before. I played club football in college. Later on, after I ran out of eligibility, I used the Zenith helmet. They're not bad. You know, they're pretty comfortable. I have a weird shaped head. I've talked about this before. I've gone on record to say I have a weird shaped head. I got a flat part on top of my head. I can actually sit a water bottle on my head. So any kind of helmets in particular don't always fit my head. I mean, I got a big head. You know what I'm saying? So I understand the grievances that Antonio Brown had. So for him to parlay this into a deal and get more money out of it, because we know he's about his money. That was the whole reason about the whole Pittsburgh thing and why he wanted to get traded. And of course, being Roethlisberger. So for him to be able to parlay this into a deal and help out the Zenith company to help them possibly break into the NFL now, I mean, he makes money moves, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I appreciate the well wishes, Rocket Man, saying my head looks fine, but like I said, I have a flat spot. That's why I could balance this water bottle on my head. Look at this. I could walk around my look. It's not moving. It's not moving. See, I got a weird shaped head. You know what I'm saying? But that's what I can feel for Antonio Brown, man. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know I'm excited about the season, man. I'm over here balancing water bottles on my head. But it is what it is. So the next thing I want to go to before I get into the game predictions and game storylines is future bets. So I made a video talking about I talked about Andy Clark in the building. What up? What up, though? You know what I'm saying? Welcome to the live stream, but future bets. So talking about future bets. The way it works is you can bet on games, obviously, when you're talking about sports betting. Well, let's take a couple steps back. Sports betting, whatever you feel about gambling, it's going to be taking over soon. You know what I'm saying? As soon as these states start to legalize them, you're going to be able to go to your gas station or somewhere else and make a bet just as much as you ever go get a Powerball ticket or do a scratch off. It's going to spread out, so you might as well just go ahead and get ahead of the 8 ball. It's going to take over. It's going to be spread just as fast as daily fantasy spread when it first came out. You're going to start seeing commercials everywhere or different companies providing those services, just like you used to see those FanDuel and DraftKings commercials a while ago. So y'all might as well go ahead and jump on that train. So future bets. Like I said, the way the future bets work, they're a little bit different. So typically on a week-to-week basis, you can bet on certain games, but future bets, you can put on money on something that a future outcome, whether it's the NFL MVP, whether it's who's going to win the comeback player of the year, defensive player of the year, who's going to lead the league in touchdown passes, who's going to lead the league in rushing touchdowns, any kind of future stuff. You can bet on who's going to be the first coach fired. You can bet on if you think any team will go 0-16. You can bet, if you go to certain sites, you can bet on who's going to win the Oscar for Best Picture. Like, there's betting everywhere on some of these websites. So I wanted to talk about a couple of decent ones that I saw, just a few, and then I'm going to go look on Bovada and some other ones I think may be some good value. The first one that I think it could be a good value is who will lead the NFL in tackles. So we know tackles is such a weird stat because some guys, they're always around the ball. Sometimes you can get assist tackles in the NFL just for falling on the pile. And some guys get a lot more tackles than others. But whatever it may be, Darius Leonard was the rookie winner of that last year. So obviously somebody could come out of nowhere. But for individual players, I think some of the best value, what I saw is Leighton Vander Esch. You know, the guy that does the Wolf Howl, the Dallas Cowboys linebacker. He's a tackling machine. People don't really realize that this dude is a tackling machine. If he can stay healthy, he will have good value on leading the league in tackles, and he'll definitely be up there. And the reason why I say it's good value is because right now his bet is going for plus 1,400. So plus 1,400 means that if you were to bet $100 that Leighton Vander Esch was to lead the league in tackles, they would pay you $1,400 at the end of the season. And doesn't that seem like good value? Because you're only betting 100, you could win 1,400, and there's a good chance that may happen. So that's what I'm talking about. Luke Kuechly. Luke Kuechly is a tackling machine also. He does have his injury problems sometimes every now and then, but if he's on the field for every down, there's a good chance this guy can lead the league in tackles. He's the highest tackler since he's been in the league in 2012. So that's a good that's a good bet to go by. Right now, he's at plus 1,200. Like I said, if you bet $100, you'll win $1,200. So the value on Luke Kuechly is good because there's a high chance he could lead the league in tackles. Like I said, he led the league in tackles since he's been in the league. So he's missed plenty of games because of injury and just being shut down by the coaching staff. So I think that's a good bet. My third value bet on this one is Bobby Wagner. Bobby Wagner he was the highest rated middle linebacker this year in the NFL Top 100. He plays for the Seattle Seahawks. He's one of the remaining pieces of the Legion of Boom. Obviously, he's the only piece remaining, I think, from the Legion of Boom for the most part because Earl Thomas and Cam Chancellor is gone. So he's the only one left. Bobby Wagner is a tackling machine also. He can make a push too. His odds right now are plus 1,400, just like Leighton Vander Esch. If you bet $100 that Bobby Wagner will lead the league in tackles, Bobby Wagner will win you $1,400. So the value is there, obviously, for that one. But it is what it is. Real quick, look at everybody checking in. What's up, Dirtbag Dom? You in the building? What's going on, man? What up, though? You know what I'm saying? Andy Clark, she in the building. Trilwin, what up, though? You know what I'm saying? What up? It's y'all know what time it is, man. It's football season. The best time of the Y'all realize 22 hours from now, we'll be watching the Packers and the Bears go at it for real football, not some Hall of Fame game where nobody plays, not some preseason where only one person, the starters only play for a couple quarters or a quarter. Like real significant football that means something. We get Aaron Rodgers, we get Khalil Mack, we get Devontae Adams, we get David Montgomery, we get Tariq Cohen, Mitch Trubisky. This is gonna be crazy, man. Like this is like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's always tough once basketball is cool, but it's not football. It's always tough once basketball is over. You get that dead time in between. Like I don't like baseball. I'm not a huge soccer fan either. I don't want to diss soccer because I know it's pretty popular, but it ain't for me. I don't like hockey. So all I got is this. That's why we hanging on every piece of news that comes out of training camp is because we miss football. Andy Clark said she waited too long for football to restart. Look, I can't wait to put on my colors. I can't wait to eat some wings, to drink a cold beer, kick my feet up, to yell. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a lot going on. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't wait. Once it starts, it always goes by fast. But we gotta enjoy these 4 to 5 months of I don't even know what you call it, excitement, enjoyment. You never know what you're gonna get. This is not the NBA where we know the Warriors are going every year or whoever team LeBron's going on every year. We know that there's a toss-up. Yeah, the Patriots got a strong chance to go, and they're probably my Super Bowl pick this year. I hate to say it, but they look good in preseason. Dadgummit, I'm mad about it, but it is what it is. He said, what's up with that banner behind me? This is Super Bowl 53 memorabilia. L3111. Notice how the Atlanta, this is from the Super Bowl. It's not Atlanta Falcons. You know what I'm saying? Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. You know what I'm saying? I live in Atlanta. The Super Bowl was in the city. I had to give me a little piece of history to have to the end of time. You know what I'm saying? I probably won't ever be that close to a Super Bowl in my life because it was too expensive. I wish I could have gone, but you never know. Things can happen. You know what I'm saying? But honestly, you just check in. You're not the first one to ask me about that banner, so I had my answer ready. So it is what it is. I got to get some more art, but y'all know what it is with the Malcolm X John. And I got the little pendant. I got some other stuff up here. I got to put up there. I got a jersey I want to frame up, but I'll get it. I'll get that done eventually. But future bets, another future bet. NFL Comeback Player of the Year. All right, so you know a lot of these awards have a lot to do with the media. You know what I'm saying? Like the early hype has to get going, and the momentum starts building. So I went through some of these value picks to look at the Comeback Player of the Year possibilities, and my biggest one, obviously, I think to me, is Cam Newton. I don't think Cam Newton will be will be in the MVP race per se because I think there's a lot of competition. But I think for sure that Cam Newton will have a bounce back year, no question. And I think the type of personality he has, he can catch the media's attention if the Panthers are doing well enough that he'll be able to garner up that comeback player of the year odds. And right now, Cam Newton is at plus 1,000 for the comeback player of the year award. So if you put up $100 on Cam, he will win you $1,000. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see about that. There's a lot of other good guys too. Carson Wentz is in there. If you think he can be healthy a full year, he's plus 1,000 just like Cam. David Johnson's there. He has a new system. He has a rookie quarterback, so maybe they'll rely on him a lot more heavy in that offense. So I think David Johnson is one of the most talented running backs in the league when he's healthy. People just forget about him. So he's at plus 1,800. So if you bet $100 on him, he'll give you $1,800. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot. I'm looking at the list right now. There's not a huge list. Devontae Freeman, he's plus 1,000. Cooper Kupp is plus 1,600 on here. Antonio Brown is plus 2,600. I wouldn't bet on Antonio Brown just because the media doesn't like him that much, so I wouldn't do that on there. Andy Clark, Drew Brees not on this list just because he's not gonna have no comeback year because usually comeback player of the year is mainly based off if you're hurt or like if you come back hurt or something like that. But there are other different awards for like if you want to bet on a guy that leads the league in receptions, Michael Thomas is definitely a good guy, especially with Antonio Brown. With Antonio Brown being in a new team now, they're probably going to force feed him the ball, but he may not lead the league in receptions. I would be willing to bet money on Michael Thomas to win that title for most catches in the season. You know what I'm saying? We saw what record pace he was on last year. I wouldn't be surprised for him to do it again. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I see y'all are agreeing with the Michael Thomas future bet. But it is what it is. There's the Andrew Trill one said, "What's the number for comeback player of the year for Andrew Luck?" If you want to bet money on Andrew Luck to win comeback player of the year, I got a beach house in Idaho I can sell you. If we just holler at me after the live stream is over, you know what I'm saying? So it is what it is on that point. I ain't gonna throw no more shade on Andrew Luck. I'm gonna let the quote unquote dead rest in peace. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna leave that alone. Y'all tripping tonight, man. I see y'all excited about football season 2. Y'all coming with the jokes, the jokey jokes. But tis what it is. The boy God, the blessed one, what up though? He said Chiefs. Chiefs gonna be nasty this year, man. It's gonna be tough. He said Mike Evans. Let's look at the team, the Super Bowl. See if I can find the Super Bowl odds. Super Bowl. You can bet on what conference do you think is gonna win the Super Bowl. If you think that, I mean, the AFC could be a good pick if you like the Chiefs or the Pats. But the NFC is so deep. I wouldn't be surprised to see it come out of NFC. I would bet money on the NFC. You can bet on what division will win the Super Bowl. And right now, it looks like the best odds to win the Super Bowl on here is the AFC West, which will be the Chiefs probably. The Broncos are in there, the Raiders, and the Chargers. I think that's mainly because people think the Chargers and the Chiefs have a good chance to make it to the Super Bowl or win the Super Bowl. That's why they feel like that division has the best chance to win. The NFC South obviously is second with 500, and the AFC East is tied for second, obviously at plus 500. That's because of the Pats. So obviously the NFC South, a lot of people like the Falcons and the Saints. The media is kind of sleeping on the Panthers, so I'm not even going to front on that. But the NFC South is a good pick in my opinion. Plus 500, you put $100 down, you can win that. You can win that back $500. Excuse me. But like I said, y'all got to start looking at some of these prop bets, even if it's like, because some of the stuff is so huge. you can put anything on it, and you can put $10 on some of these bets, and you make $100 back. I mean, there's no skin off your teeth. That's what I'm probably gonna mess around and do on some of this stuff. I'm looking at them right now as we speak. I'm probably gonna put these in tonight. I'm gonna think about them, study a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? And then put something down. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? Like, because a lot of this stuff it's not a science. It's not a science. So you're gonna need some luck, but it's better to be lucky than good, especially when you're talking about this. Um, but let's y'all talking trash about the Broncos in the y'all going at the Broncos. My boy Mark in here trying to push the Broncos, and y'all letting them have it. You know what I'm saying? They're saying the Broncos are trash. The Broncos suck. Now the pass rush is deadly. I want to see what y'all got. The Broncos are going to be Monday night game versus the Raiders. So it's going to be interesting to see the Antonio Brown saga. Joe Flacco's going to be in that thing. John Gruden in prime time, returning to Monday Night Football since the first time he left the booth. So that'll be a good, interesting storyline with John Gruden returning back. We know he's now a big celebrity now that we saw him in the Hard Knocks talking all that trash and talking about knock on wood, if you feel me. But, I mean, John Gruden will be a good pickup. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. And excuse me for sniffing, y'all. I don't know why I got a summer cold. This is the worst thing that could have possibly happened to me. I got a summer cold. I don't know how, but stranger things have happened, of course. Hey, well, I got y'all attention. Make sure y'all get a video a thumbs up. You know what I'm saying? So it's a decent amount on the live stream, but them thumbs up not matching the amount of people that's watching. So y'all go ahead and show your boy some love and get a video a thumbs up. We about to do these predictions. It's 16 games on the schedule. I'll run through them real quick and do all of them. That way I'm not leaving anybody behind. I'll give my quick reason why, and we'll do what it would do. So tomorrow, Green Bay versus Chicago. Obviously, we know what happened. Aaron Rodgers had that hurt knee last year. Came back. Khalil Mack went off last year, and they ended up having to come back. Well, this year is going to be at Soldier Field. I like the Bears in this one, man. Right now, the Bears are a 3-point favorite, according to Vegas. I like the Bears. I'll take that 3 points. I'm not gonna put money on it, but I'll take that 3 points. I wouldn't bet against 12, but I do like the Packers team this year. But I just think the Bears are gonna be on a mission. I don't see them winning at all, but I do think they will be a lot stronger. So it is what it is. A lot of y'all they saying, let me know what y'all think about each game I go through in the comments when I bring them up. I see Dirtbag Dom is talking about the Pack. Andy Clark says the Bears. Rocket Man says the Bears. I like the Bears too. I want to see what Mitchell Trubisky got. I'm not a believer in Mitch, but I do like my boy Tariq Cohen. You know what I'm saying? I used to play running back myself. I'm a short dude. He's a short dude that played running back. You know what I'm saying? We got to stick together. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm picking the Bears in this one. You know what I'm saying? Their 3 points, it's not that bad. It's pretty good odds. So let's move on to the next. Another NFC South team, the Falcons at the Vikings. Now, this is going to be different, man. So a lot of people are picking the Falcons as a possible Super Bowl contender. I don't agree. They think that the only reason the Falcons season was sidetracked last year was because of injuries. And I agree, the injuries do hurt, but their O-line was actually pretty suspect. And the O-line actually looked suspect in the preseason too. You know what I'm saying? We saw the game against the Jets. He got hit a ton of times by Greg Williams' defense. Mike Zimmer's defense is solid too, but we're gonna get to see Julio versus Xavier Rhodes, one of the best matchups corner and wide receiver we'll probably see this week in the league. I'm sure there'll be a couple of other good ones that I'll probably point out, but a lot of y'all just trying to not picking the Falcons because of the hate. I'm picking the Vikings because I like Kirk Cousins. Look, man. I'll keep preaching about Kirk Cousins pretty much every live stream. I said last year was his year to be a top 5 MVP candidate. I'm saying it again. Kirk Cousins will be better this year. He'll be I'll give him a top 8 finish in this MVP race. I want to see improvement for him. Dalvin Cook will be healthy. You got my boy Thielen, probably one of my favorite wide receivers in the league, Thielen. Stephon Diggs, Kyle Rudolph at tight end. Their defense up front is nasty. Their defense period is nasty. You know what I'm saying? So I think if they can get after Matt Ryan, they'll be in that loud dome that they got now. Of course, the Falcons are used to playing in the dome. They're getting spoiled, getting to play in the dome again. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, it's not cold, but it don't really matter. So I like the Vikings in this one too. Right now, the Vikings are a 3.5-point favorite. I don't know about that spread, but I do like the Vikings in this one. I don't know what's going to happen, honestly, in that one, the way it turns out. But I do like them. I think they're going to get pressure up front on Matt Ryan and have him running for his life. From what I saw in the preseason, I know it's just preseason, but Their starting O-line played and Matt Ryan got beat up. I know they didn't have Julio, but until Julio can block a 270-pound DN, I'm skeptical about their pass protection when it comes to Matt Ryan. You know what I'm saying? He was sacked about 40-something times last year. They drafted some young guys. They brought in some guys. I'm picking the Vikings in this one, man. A lot of y'all look like y'all agreeing with me. Mark picked the Falcons. Dirtbag, Annie, Trill one. Y'all all picked the Vikings too. Y'all shoot ready. He picked the Vikings, so y'all feeling your boy. We all on the same page on that tip. Let's move on to the next matchup. I'm going too slow. The Ravens and the Dolphins. This will be a snoozer, but we'll see what Lamar Jackson has, man. We'll see if he can improve. We know that y'all Saints fans may be in y'all feelings about Mark Ingram leaving y'all in free agency because of the money. You know what I'm saying? But we're going to get see this boy spin in some purple and black. You know what I'm saying? We get to see what Mark Ingram got. You know, they're playing the Dolphins, who are garbage, obviously. The Ravens are a 7-point favorite, even though they're going to be on the road. They're playing down in Miami and South Beach. It's going to be hot as all doo-doo. I don't know what the weather's going to be like. I'm not sure what the weather's going to be like with the whole hurricane situation. I don't know if the field's going to be soggy. I haven't really been paying attention to where Dorian, like the time frame on Dorian. I know it's supposed to be probably past Florida by Sunday, obviously, but I don't know if the field's going to be swamped up or what kind of condition South Beach is in. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But Mark Ingram, Lamar Jackson, they picked up Earl Thomas this offseason. They got Hollywood Brown, Antonio Brown's cousin, on the team. I want to see him spin, of course. Willie Snead. So they got two former Saints on the team for y'all Saints fans. Willie Snead and and Mark Ingram. So I want to see what Mark Ingram got. I got the Ravens in this, obviously. And the Dolphins, they're going to be garbage this year. They're tanking for Tua. I don't think Rosen is that guy either, but we'll see what happens. Fitzmagic, can they pull off some Fitzmagic? I don't know, man. We're going to see what Brian Fitzmagic got, but I'm not exactly sure. So that is that. I'm not going to spend much time on that game. That's a snoozer. Before I move on, though, I know I talked about doing a fantasy league. I already have another fantasy league I commissioned with, and it was a headache for me, so I don't know if I want to do one for UBSports Talk. But I am going to do an NFL pick'em. So once this video gets posted, after the live stream is over, the video is going to get posted. I'm going to do a pick'em league. So every week, you don't have to pick the spread. You just check boxes to see who picks the game every week, who wins, who's going to win what game, straight up, no spreads or nothing. You can just do your pick'em every week, and then we can keep score. Whoever has the best score at the end of the season, I'll do a prize or something probably for somebody. Maybe I'll do like a $50 gift card to the NFL shop. For whoever wins. I think it goes all the way to the Super Bowl. So it'll be a full season thing. We can keep up with it every week. So I'll drop the link in the description of this video whenever it gets posted on YouTube. So after the live stream is over, the video gets posted. Check the description. I'm gonna remind y'all again at the end of the video just in case. But NFL pick'em, that'll be easier than doing fantasy football. That way everybody can get involved. I ain't gotta worry about cutting nobody out, and I ain't gotta worry about a headache of fantasy football leagues, because it's tough. I'm gonna tell you right now. Some of the people in my league give me a headache, but it is what it is. The next game on the agenda is the Buffalo Bills and the New York Jets. Two young quarterbacks, Sam Darnold, Josh Allen. The Bills just let go of Shady this week. I mean, it is what it is. Shady was shady, but what the Bills are gonna be on the road in the Meadowlands at the Jets. So I'm saying the Jets, of course. We know they got my boy Le'Veon Bell. I'm ready to see Le'Veon Bell spin. I think he's going to be enough to get people to watch the Jets in general just because they have Le'Veon Bell. I want to see what he got. He said he wouldn't be surprised if he carried that thing 50 times. I wouldn't be surprised if they don't pay him do that either, because the amount of money they pay him and the lack of talent they have all around, I like Le'Veon Bell on his offense. He's a nice safety blanket for Sam Darnold. They also have Robbie Anderson. And what's the other guy's name? Anunwa on the outside. He's pretty solid too. You know what I'm saying? Greg Williams is their new defensive coordinator. He's nasty. But the Bills, we know that Josh Allen made some strides. Josh Allen actually looked good in preseason. Somebody said that Sam Darnold looked good in preseason, but Josh Allen looked pretty good in preseason too. So it is what it is. John Brown is in Buffalo. So we'll see. A lot of people saying the Bills. Yeah, Reddy said that Bills are a dark horse. We'll see. They're not winning that division. We know that, because the Patriots got that on lock. However, it'll be an interesting matchup to see these two young guns go at it. I got NFL Game Pass, so I get to watch every game on replay and condensed. So every game I get to watch is about 35 minutes. I'd rather have that than Sunday Ticket. You know what I'm saying? So it's pretty cool. Yeshua already said wild card for them. Bills, woo, we got to see, man. Do they have enough weapons on the outside? And like I said, they got rid of Shady. So what is their running game going to look like? So who's their backup running back? I know they got that Christian Wade guy that played rugby, but I know he's not going to be a starter. I like the Jets. The Jets are a 3-point favorite in this one, and they're at home. When you're at home in the NFL, you automatically get 3 points in Vegas. So they're calling this a pretty even matchup. I can agree. I would still take the Jets in this one. Now, another good matchup. Oh, did these guys play each other last week on week 1? No, it wasn't. No, there was another week. The Kansas City Chiefs at the Jacksonville Jaguars. You know what I'm saying? This is gonna be a good matchup. You know what I'm saying? Y'all remember when Jalen Ramsey was talking trash about Tyreek Hill, telling he was just like a kick returner or something like that? He ended up playing pretty good defense, but he did give up a deep ball to Tyreek Hill. But I expect the Jazz defense to get back to being dominant like they were before. I don't know so much about their offense because of Nick Foles. I don't know if they have enough on the outside weapons-wise. Leonard Fournette saying that he's going to be back to a good running back and people are sleeping on him. I believe him. He won me a fantasy league his rookie year. He won me a decent amount of money, but I do like Jacksonville, of course, where they can get back to that hard-hitting, pass-rushing, lockdown defense. Their defense was good last year, but it just wasn't enough to carry their mediocre offense. So the Jags, they're 4-point underdogs at home. So it's going to be hot. Jacksonville's going to be, I don't know what the condition of Jacksonville either is because of Dorian. So I haven't heard anything worried about that. If anybody knows any info about the game being moved or whatever, the field's going to be trash because they play on grass in the open stadium too. So I'm not sure about the weather down there because of the hurricane, but I know the Jags, I don't know. A lot of people are picking the Chiefs to win that Super Bowl this year, man. They're 4-point favorites. Patrick Mahomes, he's going to have a good year. They got off skate-free with Tyreek Hill not having to get suspended. They got the best tight end in the league right now back on their team. Of course, they picked up Shady. Last time Shady McCoy was with the Andy Reid offense, he was the best running back in the league. A lot of people don't remember that, but back in one time, Shady McCoy and Adrian Peterson were vying neck and neck for who's the best best running back in the league. So I want to see what Shady can do. I know he's 31, 32 years old. He'll be splitting carries with Damian Williams, but I'll be anxious to see what they do. Of course, I'm picking the Chiefs in this game. I'm not stupid. I want to see how improved their defense is by adding a Honey Badger and get rid of D4 and getting Frank Clark. You know what I'm saying? Like, if they could be just that much better than they were last year, I do expect them to have a chance to at least go to the Super Bowl, but I'm not picking against the Pats until somebody proves me otherwise. Moving on to my game. So, hold on, let me check to see what y'all were saying about this. A lot of y'all, Chiefs. Calvin Griffin said Saxonville talking a lot of noise. Mark said, hope Foles ball. Chiefs. They Foles lost to the Bucs last year. That's true. You're right. That's what I'm saying. A lot of people are big on Foles, but you're right. He hasn't done anything outside of Philly. People forget that he went to the Rams and stumped the bed up. But we'll keep it going, man. I mean, y'all know what Foles is about. So, this next game, my boys, the Los Angeles Rams versus the Carolina Panthers. This is going to be a huge game, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a 1 o'clock game. The Panthers are a 3-point underdog at home. That means that Vegas thinks they're probably about 6-point underdog, you know what I'm saying? The Rams are the defending NFC champions. The Panthers have done a lot of work this offseason. You know what I'm saying? Like, the Rams, they picked up Clay Matthews. We know that. They picked up Eric Weddle. We know Todd Gurley has knees that are worse than mine. You know what I'm saying? I've had a knee surgery on mine, but I don't have arthritis. Todd Gurley has arthritis. You know what I'm saying? How much burn is he going to be able to get? These guys had not played in the preseason at all. Not to mention, it looks like it's going to be a pretty decent matchup. Aaron Donald is a man. He's a grown man. You know what I'm saying? Aaron Donald, he's a defensive tackle. He's tough. I'm not going to call. I mean, some other Panthers people in this fan base that drop YouTube videos have mentioned that Aaron Donald is overrated. I'm not going to say that. Aaron Donald is one of the best guys in the league. You know what I'm saying? At his position, no question. And he's one of the best defensive players, if not the best player overall, period, in the league, barring Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes. You know what I'm saying? Like, this dude is the real deal. I'm not going to call him that. You know what I'm saying? Like, so the thing about this game I'm going to be looking forward to, and I'll drop a video to preview, like, the things that are key to it, but a lot of people don't realize that these West Coast teams, they travel to play on the East Coast when they play 1 o'clock games. Sometimes they have a slow start, you know what I'm saying? Because think about it. If you live on the West Coast, everything's 3 hours back. If it's 1 o'clock Eastern, that means it's 10 a.m. That means you've been up since 8 a.m. West Coast time, getting ready for the game. You know what I'm saying? So maybe sometimes you're a little bit rusty getting started on those games because your biological clock is not used to being going that early. So I know they'll probably try to travel a little bit earlier to make sure they're adjusting to that time change. But I think if the Rams start out too slow and the Panthers jump on them early, we can see what happens. You know what I'm saying? But we'll see. Like I said, because between the rust of them not playing preseason and that West Coast time change, it could be a slow start for them. So we can see. Of course, I'm going to pick the Panthers in this game. I think it'll be a close one. I think that it'll take the Panthers. I'm just a little bit nervous about the Panthers changing their defense. And you know that the Rams, they do a lot of like trickery with the play action and a lot of the run plays and the stretch run, the drag route. So that'll be something to pay attention to. But I can't pick against my boys this early. So we'll see. Like I said, I'm dropping a video with more in-depth about the matchups on that one. Let's see what y'all saying. I see Rams, Panthers, Rams. From a Saints fan, I got the Panthers. Okay. Rams, Panthers. Annie says that she wants the Panthers to beat the dirt off the Rams. I hope so too. I'm trying to beat the dirt off them boys too. Calvin said our defense is scary. Yeah, we'll see. Talking about load management for Gurley. Exactly. Third back Don said too much firepower for them to handle. Gurley or not, man, they do got some weapons on the outside. I ain't gonna lie. And Jared Goff is pretty good, even though Jared Goff just got broke off too. You know what I'm saying? We saw Jared Goff get exposed in that Super Bowl though. So how quickly people forget about that. I need to make a video about some of these young quarterbacks getting paid too early. I'm not sold on Goff or Wentz yet, and I dang sure not sold on Dak Prescott. You know what I'm saying? Like they finna get these dudes 30, 35, 40 million dollars. Come on, bro. Like it's a lot of money to invest in these dudes, man. Like we'll see. But Annie Clark says she a Cam Newton fan for the day. Hey, I'll take it. You know what I'm saying? You can be that because your boys the Saints. They don't play until what, Monday? So yeah, you could be a Panthers fan. We'll welcome you with open arms. You know what I'm saying? Trill One said the Panthers. Said that firepower can only score 3 points in the Super Bowl. So Trill One coming with that heat today with all the jokes and the facts though. I appreciate it though. Rocky Man said 23-14. My prediction, I think it'll be decent scoring. I think it'll be, I'm going 23-20 Panthers in a close one. I think it'll be, like I said, I think that slow start by the Rams, they'll stay in the 20s. And I'm not really sold totally on the Panthers offense yet until I see everybody as a whole. But I do hope they unleash Cam Newton. But I think 23-20 is a safe score. I wouldn't be surprised if it go lower than that, honestly. I hope to see some fireworks, but I definitely don't want a shootout. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Calvin Griffith said Goff can't read defenses. The Panthers could kill that kid with a rush up the middle. True. You know what I'm saying? We added Gerald McCoy. Rocket Man said pass to the muck. Dink and Dak. what wide receivers the Panthers got? DJ Moore, Curtis Samuel. Our receiver Jarius Wright. Of course, we got Christian McCaffrey, who could be he would be the best receiver on a lot of people's teams, honestly, Christian McCaffrey. So we'll see. But I'm not going to spend too much time on that game. We got a lot of games to get to. We got 16 of these guys. Tennessee at Cleveland. I'm going with Cleveland in this one. Cleveland is a 6-point home favorite. We want to see if Cleveland is as good as advertised. We know they did all the homework, getting Odell Beckham, getting Olivier Vernon, you know what I'm saying, getting Baker Mayfield's going to be in his second year, you know what I'm saying. I know your boy's not going to be playing, but Kareem Hunt will be back eventually. They have made some moves, you know what I'm saying. It looked good on paper. You know what I'm saying? Games ain't won on paper unless it's paper football. You know what I'm saying? Calvin Griffith said paper champs. Yeah, I mean, the Browns might have won the offseason, you know what I'm saying? But we're going to see what they got. They're 6-point favorite. We'll see. I wouldn't take that 6 points. That's a lot of points, man. Like, I think Cleveland will win, but I'm not betting them a touchdown. Like, let's pump the brakes. It's still the Cleveland Browns. This ain't the Pats. So you can't just plug in a point like that and just think it's going to be whatever. But I like the Browns in this with Tennessee. Marcus Mariota, he's in just of a sticky situation as Jameis Winston. They're both in that last year, that contract. They want to see how these guys actually the future of the team, you know what I'm saying? So we'll see what it can do. You know, Derrick Henry is a load at running back. He's a grown man. He's a big, strong, grown man, you know what I'm saying? 250 pounds, like 6'2", 6'3". He's going to be a load, man. So we'll see what happens. You know what I'm saying? A lot of y'all look like y'all are picking the Browns. Good point. Calvin Griffin, good point about Greg Williams not being there. He did bring some nastiness to that defense. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, they got Myles Garrett still and Olivier Vernon, but there's a certain attitude that Greg Williams brings to his defenses that gets them to play out their mind. And I agree. Looks like I see Browns. Mark said Browns defense tough too, though. Yeah, that's true. Their defense is gonna be tough on paper. Like I said, tough. You gotta see. You know what I'm saying? But Eddie Clark picking the Browns too. So you're not hyped up on OBJ. I think OBJ gonna have a solid year. You know what I'm saying? We'll see. He with his little butt. I was about to call him his butt buddy. I'm not gonna disrespect that man like that. He's gonna be with his buddy Jarvis Landry. You know what I'm saying? So maybe he'll be renewed to renew his career. Like the Giants are done for trading him there. So we'll see what Odell Beckham can do with Baker Mayfield in his second year. Will there be a sophomore slump for Baker Mayfield? I don't know. Could be, maybe not. I'm not sold on that coach. That's the thing about it. They got a rookie coach. You know what I'm saying? They got a lot of personalities on that team. What happens when stuff goes wrong and Odell Beckham starts throwing his helmet or kicking nets and stuff around there like that? Rocky Man said Browns equals doo-doo. I agree. In past. We'll see what they got this year, man, but we'll move on. The Redskins at the Eagles. Woo! This is the biggest spread of the week. The Eagles are at home. They are a 10-point favorite. We don't need to spend much time on this. The Eagles gonna win this one. They stockpiled a lot of talent too. They added Jordan Howard. Carson Wentz will be healthy again. I like the Eagles in this one. Washington Redskins, they named Case Keenum as their starting quarterback. We know that one-year experiment in Denver with Case Keenum did not work out. So we'll see what we can do in the Jay Gruden offense. Jay Gruden is probably on the hot seat this year, so we'll see. A lot of people are picking the Eagles to go pretty far. I don't like Carson Wentz that much as a quarterback. I want to see this man play 16 games before I crown him to do anything because Nick Foles is not here to save their butt. So I got to see what the Eagles are going to do. I'm not too sold on that division. A lot of people think that the Eagles and the Cowboys are just some super duper team, but I mean, I think the Eagles will probably win this division in my opinion. I don't like the Cowboys like that. You know what I'm saying? Like they got a good defense, no question, but I'm not sold on Dak Prescott. I keep telling y'all this. I'm not sold on Dak Prescott. I'm not sold on Carson Wentz either. The Eagles do have a lot of talent, so I definitely see them being able to make some noise in this game. That 10 points, that's a lot in the NFL. I'm not taking that thing. So it is what it is. We'll see what y'all thought about this game. Eagles are overrated this year, so I don't know why. They are aight. Yeah, I agree. They are aight. They ain't all that. Andy Clark picked the Eagles. Rocket Man said fly, Eagles fly. He's not an Eagles fan. Trill one agree with me, say Wentz is overrated. Calvin Griffin said Wentz is the Derrick Rose of the NFL. Hey, if he get injured this year again, I'll definitely give him that Derrick Rose crown or the Derrick Rose flower, whatever you want to call it. And then Clark says she can't stand the Cowboys. I feel like 90% of the population can't stand the Cowboys. The only 10% that can stand the Cowboys are Cowboys fans. You know what I'm saying? So you're not alone right there. You know what I'm saying? What has Wentz done really? Yeah, he had that 1 year he was in the MVP race, but he still hasn't finished a season yet, bro. We haven't even seen Wentz in the playoffs, but his team has been to the playoffs pretty much every year he's been in the league, but we still haven't seen him in the playoffs. How does that work? You know what I'm saying? Like, your team has been to the playoffs on a consistent basis, but we've never seen you play in the playoffs. Where they do that at? You know what I'm saying? Like, this dude, he got to stay healthy before I'm sold on him, so we'll see. Let's move it on, though, fellas and lady. Where am I at? Oh, the Bengals and the Seahawks. This game is boring. I'm not sticking on this too much. The Seahawks made that Jadeveon Clowney move. So I'm going with the Seahawks. They're 9.5-point favorite. That's a lot of points too. But the Bengals are going to be garbage this year. They got a brand new coach. AJ Green's going to be out. Andy Dalton, the Red Rifle, is going to be back this year. I would definitely not hesitate to take that. 9.5 is a lot. But I do think the Seahawks, we're going to see. DK Metcalf, the genetic freak, is going to be starting. We'll see how he does with Russell Wilson. Okay, Russell Wilson is going to be back. They had the number one rushing team last year. Chris Carson is going to be back. It is what it is. What do I think about DK Metcalf? Metcalf, whatever you want to call him. He has potential. He's got to stay healthy also. But he's a genetic freak. You know what I'm saying? Like he gotta, I think he still has to learn a little bit how to play a receiver and be polished up. Is being in Seattle the best place to do that? I don't know. I'm not sure because Russell Wilson is a kind of a scrambling quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't necessarily always get to run the route tree or do certain stuff. Some of the stuff is just Russell Wilson making plays based off of what happens in the running game, which is that it's a pretty good formula to win. But a lot of the game, like, it just depends if he can get into a good system and get on a good page with with Russell Wilson when it comes to that scrambling game. He's scrambling around. DK Metcalf has all the tools, like I said, on paper. We keep talking about paper tonight. You know what I'm saying? He's got good on that, but he can't be no paper soldier and get hurt. He broke his neck. So we gotta be for real. Like, this is a serious injury he's coming off of. So we need to see what he can do in real action. So I need to see, but I definitely like the Seahawks in this one. The Bengals are gonna be a tough year for them. We'll see. Moving on to the Colts and the Chargers. The Chargers are a 6.5-point favorite in this one. I will take the Chargers. Jacoby Brissett, we know he got that check to take up for Mr. Luck that retired. We know they have a pretty solid team around them. A lot of people are picking them to go to the Super Bowl with Andrew Luck. I'm not sold on that. I don't like Andrew Luck like that. I'm not sold on their roster like that. Their team got shut down by the Chiefs last year in the playoffs, who had one of the worst defenses in the league. You know what I'm saying? I know they got their O-line is better. Their defense is improved. They got Darius Leonard, the tackling leader from last year. He'll be going into his second year. But I'm not sold on the Colts. I don't even think they'll win the division. You know what I'm saying? I like Houston to win that division. But the Chargers, I like the Chargers. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is. I mean, I like Phillip Rivers. Melvin Gordon's not playing. So Austin Eckler, Justin Jackson, they'll be doing the running back by committee approach. We know they got Keenan Allen, Travis Benjamin, and Mike Williams. A pretty good, that's actually a dang good receiving corps. Their offense is going to be nasty, even without Melvin Gordon, you know what I'm saying? So the Chargers could make some noise. They got a tough division, you know what I'm saying, facing the Broncos and the Chiefs, too, and the Raiders. So, I mean, it's a tough division, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people saying that Gordon should play. I think, like I said before at the beginning of the video, y'all can go back and watch this. Know your worth, man. If you think you're worth it, go get your bread. You know what I'm saying? Like, except Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott, you overrated. You know what I'm saying? Like, you haven't proven anything to be asking for this money that you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? So, but if you believe in your value, go get that bread. I like the Chargers in this one. Moving on, real quick, the Lions and the Cardinals. The Cardinals are at home, but they are a 3-point underdog to the Lions. I don't like any one of these teams. I would definitely not be paying attention to this game. But I do want to pay attention to what Kyler Murray is going to do. I want to see how this offense looks, this Cliff Kingsbury offense. So that'll be the only intriguing thing and one intriguing storyline out of this. But I want to see what Kyler Murray does in this game. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of hype around him. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. The Cardinals, they were the worst team in the league last year. So we'll see. On the Lions, I don't like Matthew Stafford, bro. Like, he's literally one of the most overrated quarterbacks ever. He's collected so much money. He doesn't get any pressure. There's no pressure on him. Like, nobody really faults him for how trash that his teams have been. You know what I'm saying? They make some noise. They'll go to the playoffs once every 6 or 7 years. But they had out Calvin Johnson. Calvin Johnson retired because he couldn't take being garbage for that much longer in his career. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like Stafford. He has a strong arm. We know that. I just don't like him. You know what I'm saying? Like, Matt Patricia, you know, Bill Belichick Jr., they got him out there, but I'm not really sold on them, you know what I'm saying? But I'm taking the Lions in this game. I'm not picking the Cardinals, you know what I'm saying? So we'll see. I'm not picking the Cardinals because I'm not picking them with a rookie quarterback with I'm not picking a rookie quarterback in his first start in the NFL, even if it is at home, even if it is the Lions. I mean, I got to see. Rookie quarterback, rookie coach. I do believe in David Johnson. I do believe in Larry Fitzgerald, but I got to go with the Lions in this one, man. So before I move on, like I said, I'll remind y'all again, I'm not doing a fantasy league this year. I'm doing an NFL pick'em. So once this video gets posted after the live stream is over, come back to the video, check the description. I'll have a NFL pick'em league that you can join. We're picking all the teams, picking all the games every week. Whoever has the most points at the end of the season, I'll give away a prize. Like I said, probably a $50 gift card to the NFL shop for you guys. So make sure you guys join. Come back and check the video. I'll probably post something on my YouTube channel to remind you guys again that we're doing a pick'em. And make sure you guys get a video a thumbs up if you're watching and you haven't done it yet. I appreciate that. If you got any, I'm gonna do rapid fire at the end of the video. So if y'all got any kind of question y'all want to ask about the league, about basketball, about any kind of sport, about life. You need relationship advice. You know what I'm saying? You need to know about some homework. You know what I'm saying? You got to do. Let me know. You know I'm a jack of all trades. So y'all, I'm gonna do the rapid fire questions at the end of the stream. So you guys let me know those questions down below. Let's get back to these games. The Giants at the Cowboys. Zeke Elliott is back. And I'm sure this spread moved because the Dallas Cowboys are at home. They're a 7.5-point favorite. The Giants are garbage. Let's just be what it is. They traded OBJ. They do have Saquon Barkley, one of my favorite running backs in the league, obviously. You know what I'm saying? But they got rid of OBJ, like I said. They had Golden Tate. It's Golden Tate. I think Golden Tate suspended, right, for like PED or something like that. Well, the question about the Giants this year is how long will Eli Manning be at quarterback? Daniel Jones was very impressive in preseason for what we thought he was going to be. For the amount of boos and the flack that I gave the Giants during the draft, Daniel Jones actually looked pretty decent in the preseason. So it'll be how many games? Y'all let me know how many games y'all think Eli gonna last before they put Daniel Jones the backup in. But I gotta go with the Cowboys in this matchup, man. Like the Cowboys, they're gonna have Zeke now. They're gonna have their best player on their team. So they signed everybody and their mama except Dak Prescott. So everybody, they got their line back intact. Everybody's gonna be healthy. The defense. Dirtbag Dom said they could win that. But yeah, you talking about the Cowboys could win it all? Shoot, I can hit the lottery tomorrow. But let's talk about stuff that might actually happen. You know what I'm saying? The Cowboys not winning it all, man. Like, come on. You know what I'm saying? So in this game, we'll be able to see the Giants. Well, it's a division rivalry, so you never know what can happen. You know what I'm saying? So the Cowboys, like I said, I like them in this game. Do I like them going deep? I don't like Dak Prescott. I do like Zeke, obviously. They got a great O-line. I see what you're saying, Dirtbag, but I don't believe in Dak Prescott. You know what I'm saying? So I need to see more. I don't think he can actually elevate the team to that level. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. There's a lot of competition in the NFC, so we'll see. Calvin Griffin said the Cowboys going to win a free ticket to watch the Super Bowl at home with him. Dirtbag Don believes in the Cowboys. Annie Clark said Giants because she hate the Cowboys. Mark said free Daniel Jones. He picking the Cowboys. True One said Cowgirls. Whatever. I guess they're all the same. But yeah, I agree. I got the Cowboys in this one. I don't see them going to the Super Bowl. Dirtbag Dom, like we're having a chance. I don't see that happening. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are hype on them. So I can't say you just out of nowhere saying that because a lot of people in the media are agreeing with you, but I don't see it. I know their defense is legit, but I don't know. I don't think. I just can't see it. And I definitely don't want to see it. The next game is the San Francisco 49ers and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This game is an even game right now. It's even, like no spread on it. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers will be at home. Tampa Bay Buccaneers have a new coaching staff. We know that. Jameis Winston, like I said, he's in that 5th year. That he's gonna need to have a good year to make sure he can get an extension. You know what I'm saying? They played each other last year, and I think the Bucs will they make some improvement. Their defense has. The defense maybe they'll come around this time. We'll see what Bruce Arians can bring if he can bring out the best in Jameis Winston this year. The 49ers. Here's another quarterback that I think is overrated and I do not like. This is Jimmy Garoppolo. Jimmy Garoppolo. I can't even pronounce this dude's name right. That's how much respect I give this guy. Jimmy Garoppolo. Garoppolo. Let me say that 3 times fast. You know what I'm saying? Porn star Jimmy, like Mark Wright is saying. But I don't believe in him. They gave this man $26 million for what? For 10, 11 starts in his career? Because he backed up Tom Brady and played with the Patriots? They paid this man $26 million. He's been hurt. He got that Carson Wentz syndrome. You know what I'm saying? Like, we'll see what happens, man. Like, but I don't like him. Jared McKinnon got hurt. I know they have Tevin Coleman, Matt Breida. They're still trying to figure out who's going to be their one receiver. I know they got Goodwin and my boy Debo Samuel from South Carolina, and Jalen Hurd, the former Tennessee Volunteer. But they made some moves. They picked up. They boosted up their defense this year, picking up D Ford and Quan Alexander. Excuse me. So I think that their defense will be improved. You know, they had some young guys already with Lynch and Solomon Thomas. So we'll see. But I think the Bucs will win this game, and I'm picking the Bucs honestly, just because they're at home. West Coast team traveling. I know it's not going to be a 1 o'clock game, but I don't believe in Jameis, but I don't believe in Jimmy Garoppolo. What's the lesser of two evils? Jameis Winston. That's where I get to my conclusion. Oh yeah, Jason Verrett too. That's a good pickup. Actually, I like him in the secondary. Looks like y'all are picking Bucks. I see Bucks, Niners, Bucks, Niners, Bucks. This is the toilet bowl. Porn star Jimmy, exactly. Y'all know what I call him, porn star Jimmy. He dated a porn star for a while, so that's why they call him porn star Jimmy. You know what I'm saying? Every year is supposed to be the Bucks year. Every year is supposed to be everybody's year, especially the Cowboys. Rocky Man's picking the Bucks. Mark said Jameis got to go. Yeah, I agree. Move on to the next game. A few more games left, y'all. So we're getting to some of y'all teams. I know y'all Saints fans and Broncos fans been waiting patiently, but y'all got the primetime game, so y'all get last on the list. We're almost done. Pittsburgh at New England. This might be the game of the week. Sunday Night Football. I can't wait to see this game. You know what I'm saying? The Pats, look, we played the Pats. We, as in the Panthers, played the Pats in the preseason. The Pats, they look good, man. They got, look, it's not, the NFL is not about to starting to not be fair. When a team like the Patriots can get, they already had Julian Edelman. Then they're going to add Josh Gordon comes back. He comes out of rehab. You know what I'm saying? And then they get Demaryius Thomas off of injury. And Demaryius Thomas looks ridiculous in preseason. They cut him and bring him back. And they got Sonny Michel in his second year. They got Bill Belichick, obviously. Their defense looked ridiculous in the preseason. I'm telling y'all, like, I watched them. They look ridiculous. Not to mention TB12. Like, this is really getting ridiculous. Like, I think that the Patriots can actually win it all. Again, you know what I'm saying? I hate to say it, but it is what it is. But I see that the Patriots, they just look great. The Steelers, I did not like the Steelers. Mike Tomlin, I'm kind of whatever hot cold on him. I hate Ben Roethlisberger. I'm not a Juju fan. Juju got something to prove to me. A lot of people just like Juju because he has that bubbling personality or whatever. He does the whole social media thing. He always dances, plays Fortnite, do this and that. So he's a fan favorite. But let's be real, man. He still has something to prove. Without Antonio Brown in town to take some of that attention off, I want to see what Juju can do as number one wide receiver. I know they have other weapons like McDonald and Connor and James Washington and stuff like that. But we'll see. But I do like the Patriots in this game. They're 6-point favorites. 6 points is a lot, but me, I'll probably figure out a way to get them in a bet, get them in a bet somehow. But that's the 8:20 Sunday night game. It'll be pretty good for week one. You know what I'm saying? Because we know the Patriots' division is weak, so these out of division games, they play some pretty tough teams. So we'll see. Tall Florida guy says 48-10 Bucks. Woo! Damn. That's a lot. Rocky Man says Pats. Mark agrees it's the game of the week. Rocky Man says Steelers suck. Pats. Dirtbag Don, come on, man. So your Super Bowl prediction sounds like you picking the Steelers versus the Cowboys. That's what it sounds like to me, Dirtbag Don, because you said the Steelers can win it all, the Cowboys can win it all. Like, who's your Super Bowl pick, Dirtbag? I know you probably might have the Saints in there, but I don't like the Steelers. I don't. They're not going to be able to beat Big Bro, who is the Patriots. So I don't like the Steelers this year. You know what I'm saying? Mark said they got the best receiving core in the NFL right now. Hey, it's hard to argue. I mean, the Falcons have a good one. The Vikings have a good one. The Rams have a good one. But look, the Patriots receiving core is ridiculous, even without N'Keal Harry, who got hurt. Annie Clark says Pittsburgh because she's a Tomlin fan. I mean, you know, we gotta have some faith in the black coaches. You know what I'm saying? I can't hate on Mike Tomlin. You know what I'm saying? He's been holding it down for a minute. You know what I'm saying? So here's what his Rocket Man said. Tom Brady might like to make out with his son, but I got the Pats. Wow, that's pretty personal. Dirtbag said Pats wide receiver draft pick went down. They got a lot of questions at wide receiver. They ain't got too many questions. They got, like I said, they got Julian Edelman, Demaryius Thomas look good, and Josh Gordon. They all three back. You know what I'm saying? Josh Gordon got reinstated with no whatever, just about him going to rehab or whatever. Calvin Griffin said Juju got to face number one corners now. Exactly. We on the same page with that one, Calvin. Mark Wright says James Washington going to eat this season. Yay. That number two receiver in the Pittsburgh offense will probably eat. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. Andy Clark said, I think Juju only caught those balls because Brown was being double covered. That's exactly what I'm saying. I'm ready. I need Juju to prove to me that he can be that number one guy when the pressure's on him. You know what I'm saying? When he gets the double coverage. Dirtbag Don said Josh Gordon got to stay off the weed. Yeah, I agree. He probably won't, but we'll see if he can make it through a season or not. You know what I'm saying? But Mark said, question marks, Josh Gordon, Edelman. Yeah, exactly. They don't have question marks. Edelman not 46 years old. Demaryius Thomas not 34. Not to me. Yeah, he said Brady 65. Brady's old, but he's still doing the thing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not doubting the Patriots until somebody proves me otherwise. They're not it. All right, y'all. 2 more games. This is the game most of y'all been waiting for, y'all Saints fans. Houston at New Orleans. New Orleans is a 7-point favorite. Look, I'm gonna keep it funky. This is going to be a good game, too. Like, this is going to be a good game, too. A lot of people think that the Texans have a chance to make some noise in the AFC. You already know how people think about the Saints. They think that the Saints have a chance to go to the Super Bowl and win the Super Bowl. They think they got done dirty last year. I blame it on the coaching last year, you know what I'm saying? But in this game, the Saints are 7-point favorites at home. I'm going to tell you like this. I think the Saints are going to win. I will pick the Saints to win straight up. But that spread, I would probably take Houston on the spread just because I think it'll be a close game. I think a lot of people, Vegas is trying to take advantage of all the hype on the Saints, not to mention the Saints at home. And, you know what I'm saying? But like you said, Calvin Griffin, he's basically keeping it in 100. You know what I'm saying? They're losing the opening game. Why? I don't know what's going on, but like I said, I'm probably gonna bet. I'm actually probably gonna put money on the Texans to cover that 7 points, but I do think the Saints will win the game. But there is some concern. Y'all Saints fans are right. You know what I'm saying? It's a concern to have that the Saints being in that first week. They always kind of struggle. Even they started 0 for 2 a couple years ago. Even back-to-back years, I think they lost to the Patriots last year, right, or something like that. I don't remember how it went last year. But you're right. There's always those slow starts, and they kind of get things going. Obviously, we already know what time it is with the offense. I think that. I know some of y'all have been subscribing to me for a while. I've been hard on Drew for about the past 2 years, and y'all didn't want to believe that they were turning more into a running team and more of a check down team because they wanted to take the pressure off of Breeze. I said that 2 years ago. Y'all nailed me to the cross, and it's coming to true. But at the same time, he has enough to be able to get the job done. A lot of people think he may fall off a cliff this year because they saw his numbers fall down the slope in the back end. I don't know. We'll see about that. They have a strong chance to win the division. I'm making a video for my division picks. My AFC video is probably going to drop tonight or in the morning. My NFC will probably drop tomorrow afternoon. You know what I'm saying? So, y'all, I'm picking the divisions, obviously, and I'm going to pick who I think is going to win the Super Bowl. But we'll see what happens, man. Houston, they just lost Clowney, so that pass rush is going to be lacking a little bit of extra something, which is what you need going against a guy like Drew Brees. You know he gets rid of the ball quick, so you need your pass rush. J.J. Watt's going to be in that thing. You know what I'm saying? The Texans, what we're going to expect from their defense? They sacrificed pass rush for pass protection for Deshaun Watson. Will Fuller will be back. We already know they got arguably one of the best running backs receivers in the game, and Nuke Hopkins. Kiki QT, he's a solid option too. They did lose their starting running back and Lamar Miller, but they did trade for Duke Johnson. So we'll see. I think this will be a pretty good game too. It looks like all these primetime games are going to be pretty decent. So I'm anxious to see. Like I said, I got the Saints, but I probably would take the Houston Texans against that 7-point spread just because of, like y'all said, the worries about the Saints starting slow in their first game like usual. And I think that, like I said, Vegas is trying to bait people into taking them points because they think a lot of the stuff. I think a lot of the Saints and they're playing at home, so I think they're trying to take a lot of bit of money from people. But I think the Texans cover that 7-point spread. Last but not least, the Denver Broncos and the Oakland Raiders. Whew, a 10-15 game. This one for you, Mark, right? You know that you've been talking about the Broncos since early on in the stream. We did the last game of week 1. The Broncos are going to play the Raiders. The Raiders are at home. Right now, this is a pick'em game, an even game. There's no spread. We'll see. You know what I'm saying? This will be a decent game. What will Flacco do? That's a good question. We get to see Lindsey in his second year at running back. We know he had a monster rookie year, the undersized guy. Shout out to the small running backs out there. Salute to my boys out there. You know what I'm saying? Emmanuel Sanders, one of my favorite receivers in the league, too. You know what I'm saying? He's back. He looks great 100% from injury. You know what I'm saying? So the Broncos, they look pretty solid. The Oakland Raiders, I'm not trying to fall into the Hard Knocks hype. I watched the finale of Hard Knocks today. I said actually got to finish it, but I'm trying to fall into the hype because sometimes you see these behind the scenes stuff. You start falling in love with the players because they're funny and the personality. You get to see the real them, so you kind of get attached to them. That's kind of how I became a closet Browns fan before the bandwagon got too big. Now I'm off the Browns. You know what I'm saying? So I want to see what Antonio Brown can do. All this hoopla, all this money, all the trade they did for him. Gruden will be back on Monday Night Football, returning to his former workplace. You know what I'm saying? This is the first time he's on Monday Night Football since he left the booth. So it'll be interesting to see John Gruden. I'm sure he'll be wired for sound or something. We'll see what happens. You know what I'm saying? Will they pick the Gruden grinder and all that crap? They did away with that because he's gone. So it'll be interesting to see the Broncos defense. I think the Broncos defense are going to be good with Fangio. For what I watched them play in the preseason once. That pass rush is going to be nasty with Chubb and Von Miller. You know what I'm saying? I like Chubb. I like Miller. Obviously, Miller's one of my favorite defensive players for sure. They got the secondary that's pretty solid too. We know what time it is. Vic Fangio came from the Bears, who had one of the most had the highest turnover creating teams in the league last year. So we'll see if we can bring some of that magic over to Denver. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see what happens there. My pick for this game, it's a tough one, man. I'm gonna go with the Broncos, man, on this one. Just because I just think that the thing with Antonio Brown, he hasn't been there enough, and they haven't really worked out what they're gonna do. I don't see what their offense can do against this Broncos defense. I know they're at home, but I don't think they're gonna have their chemistry all the way where it needs to be to go against this. The Broncos defense is good, man. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, I mean it's gonna be interesting to see because the Raiders picked up Trent Brown from the Patriots, a pretty good left tackle. So we'll see how he does against Vaughn and Chubb. But I got the Broncos in this one, man. I think it'll be a tight one, like it shows, but I got the Broncos. Let's see what y'all pick. We got some Raiders, Broncos, of course, Raiders, Broncos, Raiders. Like y'all pretty split on this one. Antonio's a diva. Trent is a bust signing. They're trash. Dang, y'all feel y'all feel so strongly about these teams. Joe Flacco will break his back. Jesus. That breaking your back seems so painful. Annie Clark says she's picking the Raiders because of Antonio Brown. I like AB too, Annie, but I gotta pick the Raiders. I gotta pick the Broncos in this one. So we'll see. Y'all ain't dropped no kind of questions for the speed round, so I'm saying. I ain't dropped no kind of questions, so it is what it is. But like I said, y'all make sure y'all get ready for this live stream every Wednesday. I'm going to aim for 8:30. Y'all got to hold me accountable. I'm going to put it out there in the atmosphere so y'all can cuss me out when I'm late again because I started at 9:30 and it's going too late right now. People got work, people got school, people got bills to pay and stuff to do. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. But they just, oh yeah, make sure y'all pick, I'm gonna say it one more time. I know I sound like a bugaboo for some of y'all that's been on here. The pick 'em. When this video gets posted, I will put the the pick 'em in the pick 'em link. Yeah, I'm sorry I'm laughing. These comments, y'all killing me with these comments. I'll put the link to the pick 'em in the video once it gets posted. Make sure y'all get in week 1 so y'all get all y'all points. Because if y'all not in from week 1, y'all gonna be behind the 8 ball. I'm not doing the fantasy football league because I already commissioned one of the leagues. It's going to be too hard. So the picking will be a good way. Like I said, I'm doing a gift card at the end of the season, $50 at NFL Shop. That way y'all can buy gear for whatever team y'all want to do it for. And like I said, this is what videos I got coming. I got AFC division prediction. I already got that recorded. That'll probably come out either tonight or first thing in the morning. I'm doing the NFC division prediction tomorrow for sure. I'm going to do my award prediction and I think a Super Bowl prediction. Maybe the award prediction, and I'll do a Super Bowl prediction for sure video. Just that way I can say I told you so. And if I have enough time, I want to get all this stuff out before the season starts so I can be right about this stuff before the season starts. But I'm going to have a bowl prediction video too. Like 5 bowl predictions they're going to be for the year, whether it's players or teams. So I got that coming too. Dirtbag Don said, let's talk about Zeke. 6 years is like 10 years of running back time. I would never invest all that money in probably the most brutal position in the league. Mickey Loomis would never pay Kamara $100 million. It's a tough thing. Now 6 years is a lot. You usually see 4 years, maybe 5 for running backs. 6 years is a lot. That guarantees he'll be a Cowboy for his whole career, barring whatever. But I think the guaranteed money is what really matters. I think there's not a big signing bonus, so he doesn't get a lot of that money up front. I think that guaranteed money is going to be based off if he's on the team year in and year out. So it's guaranteed, I think, every time a certain date hits. So 6 years is a ton for running backs, especially for the amount of money they give Ezekiel Elliott. However, Zeke's value is ridiculous when it comes to their team because we saw how trash Dak Prescott is without a number one receiver and without Ezekiel Elliott at running back. So they need Zeke if they want to be able to make noise like you think they're going to make noise, dirtbag. I don't think they're going to go all the way, but if they want to go, if they want to have any kind of future, they need to have Ezekiel Elliott as part of it, whether you like it or not. You know what I'm saying? But 6 years, I'm more concerned about the 6 years than $100 million. Now your comment about Kamara, don't speak too soon because Zeke getting this big contract. Keep in mind that Christian McCaffrey and Alvin Kamara probably will end up getting a contract sometime next year or maybe the year after that. So be aware because they're both going into their third, fourth year or something like that. So this is about time after this coming season. It will be time for both of those guys to get paid. And these are two of the top dual threat running backs in the league. You know what I'm saying? So I don't say never. You know what I'm saying? Never say never. You know, Kamara is a big cog in the team, like a big piece of that team. Like Kamara is probably, I think, one of the most important players on the team. He's tough, he's durable, he can catch the ball, he can run the ball. He's so freaking slippery. Like I don't understand how he breaks so many tackles. He never goes down the first tackle. He can carry the mail, he can carry the load. Like Kamara, I don't like his swag is a little bit off for me, the nose piercing, the Ugg boots and all that. But he's still one of my favorite running backs in the league. Like Kamara is a dog. Like I'm paying whatever I have to pay to keep him on that team. I'm not letting him touch free agency. I'm not trading him. I'm paying Alvin Kamara his money. You know what I'm saying? Alvin Kamara is that dude. So I'm not going to try to downplay that. Rocket Man said, Mark, you high. Mark said, I'm mile high. That's what I was laughing at earlier. That was funny to me. So Lucas said, how do y'all feel about Jacoby Brissett? I mean, I like that the Colts gave him the little baby $15 million. It's not going to kill them. You know what I'm saying? Andrew Luck was getting like $28 million. So him retiring clears up a little cap space. So they paid Brissett. I like them giving him a chance at least. I mean, they think they have a good enough team that they just need a game manager. And I think Andrew Luck was overrated. He turned the ball over a lot. I think Jacoby Brissett can be pretty solid in this offense. They got Marlon Mack at running back. Of course, they got T.Y. Hilton out wide. I'm not sure who else they have, you know what I'm saying, at wide receiver. But their offensive line is solid. They've improved a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like, we'll see. I think Jacoby Brissett can be pretty solid. And will they be able to be the same team that they were with they kept Luck? Probably not, but I never thought they were going to be much anyway. That's what Eric Ebron is the tight end. Like I said, I didn't think much about them anyway. So we'll see what they can do. But Brissett, I'm glad they're giving him a chance. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't write him off too soon. Luke also asked about who started for the Bills, Singletary or Gore. Probably Frank Gore. You know what I'm saying? Frank Gore, he's a living legend. I think he's number 3 on the, is he number 2 or 3 on the all-time? I mean, 3 or 4 on the all-time rushing list. You know what I'm saying? I can't believe this dude still is playing. I thought he was going to retire as a Dolphin because he's from Miami, but we'll see. But I think Gore will probably get a start. Andy Clark made a good point. The cap is going up. Kamara will get his money just like Michael Thomas. Yeah. Third bad said they have a history of finding running backs. Yeah, they do have a history of finding running backs, so they've never had a running back as good as Alvin Kamara. Alvin Kamara is better than Mark Ingram. He's better than Pierre Thomas. He's better than Deuce. He's better than who else I'm missing? He's better than Reggie Bush, if you want to name him. Like, he's what Alvin Kamara is everything that Reggie Bush should have been. You know what I'm saying? Barring injuries and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Alvin Kamara is a lot more durable than Reggie. He may not be as dynamic doing front flips and stuff, but he has a similar skill set, and he does it better, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? So you don't find guys like Alvin Kamara every day. They got lucky by finding him so late in the draft. And they're lucky they got him for cheap right now. So they better get this ring while he's still cheap because he's securing the bag after this year, yo. So, you know what I'm saying? So I like Alvin Kamara, bro. I got to give that man his respect. You know what I'm saying? So I may do a video about Alvin Kamara and Christian McCaffrey too, just comparing them and who might have the best year third year or fourth year this year. See whatever, because I think their careers have kind of mirrored each other because they have a similar skill set. They were drafted in the same year in the same division, so maybe I'll do something about that. I got a lot of free time in my hands for the next few days. I got a lot of stuff to do. The season starts tomorrow, and I'm trying to goddamn do all these videos. I keep talking about these videos, so. Lucas said, "Where's Gordon going?" I have no idea where he's going. The rumor was that he was going to the Eagles, but the Eagles wanted. The Chargers wanted too much from the Eagles, so he didn't do it. The Eagles just got Jordan Howard, so I don't know why they would be going after Melvin Gordon, but the Eagles feel like they're rumored in. I said this. The Eagles feel like they've been rumored in every deal. They were rumored with Jadeveon Clowney. They were rumored with freaking Melvin Gordon. They were rumored with anybody that hit the market or any kind of rumor. They're in it, so it is what it is. He rides on your fantasy team. Said he bust last season. Yeah, true. Andy Clark said he's the best they've had so far. Yeah, that's I agree. I mean, I'm saying he's outdone pretty much all that. He deserves his money. So it is what it is. I got to get off here, man. I've been on this thing 80 minutes. We've been going pretty strong, y'all. I appreciate y'all tuning in. 8:30 next Wednesday, every Wednesday. I'm doing this. Make sure y'all come back to the video. Y'all can check in the morning. But make sure y'all get y'all pick'ems in before the game starts tomorrow night, because that's when the first game is. I know it's kind of short notice, so make sure y'all get y'all picks in. It won't take y'all long. I just ran through all the picks for the league just now by myself. So y'all already made y'all picks. Y'all just do what y'all got to do on there so y'all can win this prize money, you know what I'm saying? So I appreciate y'all coming in. Andy Clark, Rocket Man, Dirtbag, Don, Trill 1. Mark came through. Lucas came through. Calvin came through again. It's good seeing y'all again, man. It's been a minute since I've seen some of y'all through here. Shout out to all of y'all. Appreciate y'all coming through and showing love. Y'all know next weekend, like I said, I'm going to send a reminder, next week, Wednesday, 8:30, the Pick'em. Videos coming soon. My AFC, NFC divisional predictions coming soon. I got to get off this thing. My throat dry. I'm about to drink this water I was bouncing on my head earlier. Y'all missed it. If y'all missed me bouncing this water on my head, y'all go back and check it. I was talking about having funny shaped heads like Antonio Brown. So y'all make sure y'all go back and check all the stuff right there. I was on here wilding earlier before y'all got on here. So y'all make sure y'all go check it out. But y'all know how I do. Without further ado, I'm Aaron Duncan signing off. Necessary Blunt Sports Talk. See you next time. Peace.